Blessings, endless love to everyone. Have you looked in the flawless mirror recently? In other words, have you seen the reflection of the divine in your own eyes? Actually, they're not even your eyes, they're the divine eyes. And have you seen that smile of your soul on your face? Huh? Did you pull up your ends of your lips and just had a good greeting, meet and greet with your immortal soul lately? Huh? You know, Yogananda had a little chant, and it goes, "Who's in my temple? Who is in my temple?" So just ask yourself right now, who's in your body temple? Who's in your mental temple? Who's in your emotional heart temple, right? Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves. All the lights do light themselves. Imagine all the doors of your chakras, each one of those steps that we practice on a regular, daily, minute by minute, breath by breath moment, right? All of that is opening up. And there's just pure divinity in you. There's no humanness anymore. It's all disappeared, just like in a dream. You know, you have a dream that you are human and you woke to find that you are supernatural, amazing soul hero and heroine. All right. This is what I'm talking about this morning. It's major. God is in my temple. Good morning. Good morning, Marty. Thank you for being so awake and ready. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you for your dedication, each of you. I mean, this is a time to so appreciate not only you as a human, but you as an immortal, but maybe even more you as a human, because we can get down on that side pretty easy, right? And we'll hear a quote from Anita Borgiani. She had a near-death experience, really good one. And she's got a quote for us coming up here. But let's finish this chant. All the doors do open themselves. All the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, flies away. Just imagine yourself just being free for a moment, just for an instant. Just for an instant, be at peace, you know, because in an instant you can be peace. In an instant you can be love because you are that truly, madly, and deeply. You are all these things that you think you're not, and the things that you're not, you think you are. So, uh, welcome to the journey, and the journey of 1,000 miles, starting with a single step today. Just this first step, where your little lotus drop at the end of a lotus leaf, just this dewdrop at the end of a lotus leaf. And you know what the first word in all of our practices is? Do you know what it is? Relax, relax. You know what the second word is? Let go, let go. Ah, little dewdrop, let go. And you know what the third one is? The third word in our amazing program of Get Fit for the Infinite You steps that lead in baby gigantic ways to the divine goal, oneness with spirit bliss. All right, but first, oneness with your soul. But anyway, the third word is let God. Relax, let go, let God. And that little dewdrop just drops into this ocean of love, this sea of bliss, right? And you can just rest in the truth of you as this ocean that's become the little wave of your life. Or as Rumi says, we're not just a drop in the ocean of love, but the entire ocean in a drop. Hope you don't mind me referring to this little song, this little ditty by Rumi, right? Because it's one of my very, very favorite. And it's so, so true. We're not just a drop in the ocean of love, but the entire ocean in a drop. So as your little consciousness just drops off, as you relax, let go, and let God, let your soul, let the ocean dominate you today. You're not just a drop in the ocean of love, the entire ocean in a drop. We're an ocean of love, we're a sea of bliss, glimmering, shimmering light. We're an ocean of love, we're a sea of bliss, glimmering, shimmering light. Glimmering, shimmering light. Okay? Does that all sound like a good start to this morning's amazingness and truth? To this morning's download of everything that you could possibly need to wake up this morning at a deeper a wake up than ever before, not a deeper sleep, but a deeper wake up, right? So that even though you might have been a little groggy when you woke up this morning, you ain't now. And even though you might feel groggy as you go about the day and go about weeks and months and another lifetime feeling groggy, you're not. Okay. So let's have some mercy on ourselves. I think I'll read you that quote from from her right now. This Anita Borjani. All right. So this is what she said. Self-love is not just about constantly giving yourself praise and telling yourself how awesome you are, which I just began to do, right? Which I just did, right? She says it's not just about that, constantly giving yourself praise and telling yourself how awesome you are. Here's what she wants us to know. And she was on the other side, and this is what she got straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So she downloaded it straight from spirit when she was on the other side in a near-death experience. She says it's really about loving the real you, the human you, because it's pretty real, isn't it? While we're in this dream drama delusion, it seems very, very real, doesn't it? So it's about loving the real you while we're in this temporary, hypnosis here. The person who has feet of clay, who comes undone under criticism, who sometimes fails and disappoints others. It's about making a commitment to yourself under these conditions, folks, under these conditions that you are in today in today's world. All right? Entertainment today at its best. The person who has feet of clay, who comes undone under criticism, who sometimes fails and disappoints others, it's about making a commitment to yourself that you will stick by yourself, even if no one else does. Have you got that lesson under your belt already? Have you? I hope so. That no one can do this for you, that you are alone, all one with the one on one with the one. How perfect is that? God in you, the King and I, right? The King and I. It's about making a commitment to yourself that you will stick by yourself, even if no one else does. That's what I mean when I say you must love yourself as though your life depends on it. Because quite simply, I know without a doubt that it does depend on it. Depends on you, the sleeping immortal and now awakening soul, right? And then I just happened to find a little daily download of divinity I wrote some years ago, and it's called Stuck on You. Can you believe that? Can you believe the synchronicity? So you want to hear it? Huh? All right. It's called Stuck on You. You can never leave yourself, never. You can never leave yourself, never. Everyone is a master at sticking to something. After all, everyone has been stuck with being in a body for who knows how many thousands of incarnations by now, okay? But physical encasement is a dream that one day will be over. then what are you going to be stuck with, my dears? You're going to be stuck with soul, baby, spelled S-O-U-L. You're going to be stuck with yourself, capital S. And you know, that's that little dewdrop, it's falling as you relax, let go, and let God, and you fall into this sea of bliss. You fall into the sea of the bliss soul. You fall into yourself, your soul, the ocean of soul, right? The big you, the magnificent you, which now can help the little you just take, just chill a little bit. Don't get too overly excited here in this dream drama delusion, okay? And keep a good watch on your thoughts and keep a mastery over your emotions, okay? Because they can transform into devotion. So what are you going to be stuck with that day when it's all said and done? You're going to be stuck with soul, spelled S-O-U-L. Come on and take it. Bring it on. Make Stuck on You your eternal happy soul song. Stuck on You. Remember that song? Always improvising as you go, but improvise it. Everything you do has to kind of go through the process, go through the purification of your heart center, right? Because your heart knows. Your heart is always that intuitive imagination on steroids. It is so beautiful. It is so transcendental, really. The heart of you is the heart of the beloved. The divine indweller is 100% your heart. So here are some examples of being stuck on you, such as, I'm stuck on you because, quite frankly, I'm coming unglued. I'm stuck on my soul because I've just, through life's experiences, become unglued from my attachments to it and my cravings for all these external things, right? I'm stuck on you because, quite frankly, I'm coming unglued. I'm stuck on you until death brings us closer together. It's not death gonna separates us. It's death is to bring us closer into the unity consciousness. I'm stuck on you until I'm blue in the face like Krishna, right? Like Krishna is blue. The tamal tree is blue. So I do love thee, my tamal tree. I'm stuck on you because I love you through and through, you most beautiful, ethereal, and shimmering light, you. I'm stuck on you because without you, I'm not feeling so good. Mm. I'm stuck on you because I've tried every other booby prize known to humankind. Thank you, but no more Cracker Jacks for me. I must have been in a playful mood when I wrote this. I'm stuck on you because you're the apple of my eye, the pot of golden love at the end of my rainbow, and my Joe, if I'm not mistaken, you are me. That's why we got to look in that flawless mirror. Relax, let go, and drop, little dewdrop, into the sea of yourself, your immortal soul, your cosmic being soul self. I'm so stuck on you, it's impossible to ever separate us. My soul and I, the king and I. I'm so stuck on you, I'm detached from everything else. I'm so stuck on you, I can kick and scream, wiggle and worm, be an advocate for peace or instigator of war, but you are always there, more loving and beautiful than ever before. That's why I'm stuck on you. I'm so stuck on you, I don't care about anything else. That's why Krishnamurti said, why, someone asked him, why are you so happy? Because I don't care what happens. Right? I'm so stuck on you that I've decided to make you mine forevermore. I'm stuck on you because I just can't tell you enough how much I love you. I'm so stuck on you that I'm all yours now and always. I'm so stuck on you because it's the first time in thousands of incarnations I have felt fully alive. All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dart bird flies away, flies away. I have felt fully alive, happy and free, and so truly, madly, deeply in love. I'm so stuck on you, my beloved soul. I'm so stuck on you, my beloved soul. All right, you ready? Now, last week at the end of the session, I gave you a little teaser of verse 9. We're on page 845, chapter 12. God Talks to Arjuna, volume 2. Yogananda's commentary of the Bhagavad Gita. How blessed are we? And this is what Krishna says, O Dhanajaya, Arjuna, if thou art not able to keep thy mind wholly on me, then seek to attain me by repeated yoga practice. What does that mean for us? If we can't keep our mind wholly on God throughout this day today, or even the rest of the morning, or even during the stream, right? We need to keep seeking, though, seeking God, or seeking God as Krishna, or as Christ, or as the Guru, or as Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Friend, Beloved God. We seek to attain me by repeated yoga practice. So we practice our steps. If we can't keep our mind on God, what do we have? Well, that's why we have the steps. Those things that absolutely remind us of what our purpose is, our passionate purpose, and the supreme goal of every breath, and the supreme goal of every minute. Not to mention this full day. That's a long time. That's an eternity a day. So we got to take this moment, make it the eternity, that we can just drop into our true self and there be as in the refuge of refuge. Seek refuge in your soul, Krishna says. Make that your heaven. You know, heaven is in your mind. Bum, 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 bum. It's in your mind. We make heaven. We make heaven here in our consciousness of the Lord. And we make hell here when we forget him or her. All right? You know that, right? Your mind is the one that makes the heaven or the hell. And we have a beautiful mind full of those lotus, thousand petals lotus nectar, drink, and drink, right? We have that capacity for God consciousness right here in the highest center of the crown chakra, Sahasrara. Look at that. Your whole body is just brimming over with everyone's peeking out from inside. All the soul qualities are just looking out the window of your soul nature, right? And it's saying, hey, I just can't wait to show you who you really are. I'm ready to come out of hiding. I'm coming out of the closet, right? I'm coming out of your gloomy thoughts at times. I'm coming out from the emotional upsets and still the anxiety, the health issues, the this and the that, and are the children going to have enough money when I die and all this kind of stuff, or whatever else is creating this human soap opera of yours, right? So we need to have this repeated yoga practice. So we call this stream this morning, my dears, perseverance, because all of these verses coming up is going to be about, well, this one's about repeated yoga practice, but the next verse says, and if you can't do repeated yoga practice, then do this. And then after that verse, it says, if you can't do what that is, then try this, right? Perseverance, Yogananda said, is the whole magic of spiritual success. So, regardless of how you feel as a human, regardless of whether you're going to treat yourself with TLC today and a lot of compassion, or you're going to be rather like, Sri Yukteswar, I'm a lion of self control. Put a beautiful picture of Sri Yukteswar up on my Facebook page this morning. He said, and it said, the lion of self control. Whether you're going to be that lion of self control, of self mastery today, whatever state that you're going to choose to be in, that's the reality that's going to be for you. So Yogananda comments on this and says, from the 8th to the 11th stanzas, so this is the 9th stanza, and all the way to the 11th of this chapter, Krishna reveals various methods of attaining liberation, so that all the doors will open themselves, all the lights will light themselves, each path suitable to devotees who have attained a certain grade of spirituality. And we're all on a different little grade, aren't we? We all are in a different place, which makes it so thrilling, I think, because it gives us an opportunity to be one-on-one with the one, all alone, right? Alone, all alone, all one, alone with the one. My guru, Sri Teshwar, often remarked that the various modes of liberation that we're going to hear about and have heard about in the previous verses mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita makes its precepts so sweet that the Lord's saying, hey, and Anita or Johnny says, this is the time to really make sure that you as the human is seen as something really special, even though you are doing human things and having human thoughts and human desires, right? Celebrate, celebrate this dance, right? Victory to spirit and victory to nature, victory to our soul and victory to our human nature, because we want to celebrate it all, right? We don't want to wait until we collapse, until that heart stops beating, right? We don't want to wait for that moment to come. We want to be that dewdrop that just drops. First of all, we relax. Are you relaxed right now? Are you just like, ah? And are you letting go right now? All your thoughts, let go. Another better one's coming, right? It's coming from your heart if you let go of this one. And you can just be there and just realize you are soul. And then let your soul, as you drop into this ocean, feel yourself as supported by the ocean. That entire ocean is the little drop of your life. Or as Yogananda says, the whole ocean has become the little wave of your life. Man, that's a power, right? That's a power that we have when we let go and let God. And let God then guide the ship today. You know, we're heading towards the shores of divine fulfillment, by the way. Row, row, row your boat gently across the ocean of this suffering, of samsara, of this 3D HD heavy delusion that we're in, all right? So it's really sweet that the Bhagavad Gita gives us so many different precepts. It's so sweet, Yogananda says, it's sympathetic and useful in healing the manifold sicknesses of suffering humanity. So, whatever manifold sicknesses that we have going on today, we can rest assured that there is a sweet, sympathetic, and useful way of healing this manifold sickness within us. And it's really to just drop, little dewdrop, into this ocean of yourself, your divine self, and take refuge in this cosmic you. Because all the doors will open themselves, all the lights will light themselves, and darkness, like a dark bird, will fly away, fly away. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful thought for today? All our dark birds will fly away today as we just relax, let go, and let God. Wow, it's so simple. That's why it's so hard, because simple is hard for humans, because we have made life very, very complicated and very, very confusing because have forgotten. We've forgotten the truth that we had remembered yesterday, even. This is why when we have this verse says, when you can't keep your mind wholly on me, then let's get busy and practice our steps. All right? Night and day. The steps get better every time you practice them. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that the light gets brighter every time you think of the light? Have you noticed that every time you just relax and let go, there's a almost like a champagne toast to your amazingness, right? Both as an immortal soul and as a human being, right? Who is being now rather than doing, who is being, you know? Breathe, receive, believe, and be. Breathe, breath of God. Believe that that is exactly coming in as that oxygen molecule. The love itself, the peace itself, the joy itself. Receive it, believe it, and then we be it. A beautiful human being waking up. How's that? Aren't you glad you came on, Gita, this morning? Aren't you glad you put everything else aside in your life right now in this season? That is, so why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. So why not now get her done? 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. So let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay or not okay, right? It really doesn't matter anymore. You have your steps. All you got to do is put your mind on the step, have your high heel shoes on, right? And let's go walk in. What is that song? you know? Anyway, forget it. Let's keep reading. Thus, Krishna says, "Oh, Arjuna, oh, Lisa, oh, Narayan, oh, Brooke, oh, Marty, if a devotee through prenatal bad karma, see, we still have this stuff that's on us, that prenatal stuff, you know. Before we came into this world, we brought some stuff with us, right? And then, of course, we added a little bit as we grew up in this crazy world. If a devotee through prenatal bad karma cannot disconnect her mind, his mind, and discrimination naturally and easily from the senses and remain unbrokenly in that God knowing state of soul realization, okay, she and he should faithfully engage himself in practicing repeatedly. In practicing repeatedly. Ah, did your mind just forget? All right, let's practice. Let's come back and practice a step just like that. It's almost like you look forward to catching yourself being absent minded from God. And so you can come back and celebrate this moment where you remember God, right? And that's a reward. You want to really give yourself a lot of TLC for that. You want to give yourself a lot of wow. You want to be your own best friend. You want to be what your soul is when you are updating that soul, when you're updating that ego soul, the false soul, the pseudo soul, right? And you update it to soul level and you let it be soul rather than the phony, rather than the inauthentic you, right? The still complaining you, maybe the still worried and anxious you, right? We got to give our soul every benefit of the doubt, my friends. She and he or it is our everything. So we should faithfully engage ourselves in practicing repeatedly the scientific step by step methods. We got the best step program to put a step back into your life. We got the best step program to put a heart back into your life. Let's get fit for the infinite. Come on, let's get fit for the infinite. Come on, let's get fit for the infinite. You. 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 Step by step methods of yoga for soul union. When the fruit appears on the tree, the prescendent flower falls away. The devotee who has permanently established her consciousness in God no longer requires the flower of yoga practice. But I don't think any of us can say that we're ready for that yet, right? We're still flowering. Let's put it that way. We're still flowering. But those who are established their consciousness in God no longer requires the flower of yoga practice. But for the aspiring devotee, regularity and continuity in yoga, abhyasa yoga, which is repetitive effort to hold the mind continuously in its pure state of divine attunement. It's a little footnote down at the bottom of page 846. repetitive effort to hold the mind continuously in its pure state of divine attunement. Shall I read it again? Repetitive effort to hold the mind continuously in its pure state of divine attunement. I mean, listen, let's say the first chakra, the first one is just relax, let go, let God, right? And as you breathe there in that first chakra, it's just like the divine life support breath, right? You're breathing in the breath of spirit, you're breathing in the power of your soul as you reclaim your divinity, right? In that first practice, that first step of ours, right? And the second one is Divine Mother's amazing grace. She's got you covered today. You don't have to do a thing. You can just be carried in her Moby today. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And you can feel it now, right? You can just kind of celebrate that now. That Divine Mother's amazing grace is what keeping you alive today. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have this beautiful fire center, this power center at our third chakra, the Arjuna center. And it's just this unbroken stream of love and light just pouring from your belly like the Care Bears, right? Sending out messages of love to all your brothers and sisters in the world, sending good vibrations, right? Sending good vibes to everyone that crosses your path today, and those who come into your mind, and anything that comes into your mind, you bless it with the love and light. And it's just this beautiful fire. What about the fourth chakra, your first love? Or what about the wave after wave of divine love is crashing on the shores of all the ones that you put in your heart? So you have a big love in going on there, right? Wave after wave of divine love crashing on all of your hearts. Isn't that beautiful? And you can feel like your heart's in ecstasy, ecstasy, you and me. Hearts in ecstasy, ecstasy across the sea. See, if you just kind of see what we already have in these steps, and really see through the eyes of your soul what is there, you can get so sky high just remembering just the simple basics of what that step is. You hardly need to give it much of your attention, just a focus, just a little focus. Every time you do, you will improve. That groove gets deeper and deeper in your brain. And all of a sudden, automatically, these realities of your soul nature in the chakras is going to, all the doors are going to open themselves, and darkness like a dark bird will fly away. And then you have this great interiorization of your consciousness in that fifth step of Patanjali's Raja Yoga, where we have the blessings of the masters, right? And that Mushin mind, where it's just in an instant goes quiet. In an instant, your heart is overbrimming with love because the mind is so quiet now. And you can just rest in peace. You can rest in peace. You can also enjoy the stillness of this universe, just the complete silence and stillness of the true nature of you, right there at the fifth chakra. And then don't forget this this Niagara Falls of the cosmic energy shower of the Shakti shower pouring into your medulla right now, and you're just this fountain of youth. Whatever seemingly age problem you have or physical problem you have is gone in an instant because of this cosmic energy that's pouring in like a Niagara Falls at your medulla oblongata. And then, of course, then here comes the light, the beautiful light. I am the light, the beautiful light. I am the light, the beautiful light. I'm living in the light. I'm living in the light. I'm living in the light, right? And then we have welcome home. The Heavenly Father says, welcome to your kingdom of happiness. Welcome to your kingdom of total abundance and prosperity. Welcome to the kingdom of ever new joy. Welcome, welcome. And he throws this big party, you're partying with the creator of all that is. And from that, then the final thing is, are you ready for samadhi bliss? For the rest of your eternity, right? And then you blissed out, completely blissed out in the bliss consciousness, right? In the highest heaven, the celestial heaven, just drunk with the ecstasy of oneness and spirit bliss, with everything, everyone. And that's a reality that will never shift, that will never go away. And that is our true nature, and that is our home. So, phone home, ET, right? There's a separation going on there. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Remember that in that what was it? The Luke something, right? I forget that actor name. He was a great actor though. So those but for the aspiring devotee, regularity and continuity in yoga is essential. So we'll keep on keeping on, right? Those who persist, perseverance is the whole magic of spiritual success, who persist will ultimately succeed. All right? When a yogi again and again fights his or her restlessness and distractions, and with ever increasing intensity, so we know this is a battle. We know that we are fighters to the end, that we are soul heroes, that we are love conquerors, right? We know that. We know that. It's built in to the system. And we have that as also as the third power center, love blasting station that we were born with to blast away our woes, to dance away our blues, those kinds of things, right? And with ever increasing intensity, we try to feel divine communion in meditation. So we just keep trying. We just keep trying. We keep trying with a smile. And she and he will form a good habit of calm interiorization eventually. Eventually. In time, this habit will displace the mortal habit of restive sensory bondage, of restive, where we kind of rest and default back into our sensory bondage to being numbed out, right? And just being just like the mind just shuts down on you when it should be getting more wide awake because of this crown chakra deal that we have going on, right? So one day, this habit of being in this mortal state of restive sensory bondage will lead ultimately to realization of divinity. All right? So we keep hope alive, and we're always happy because we have hope. And when we have hope, we're happy. You want to meet my doodles one day? Cool hand, Luke. Good one. Strain and Martha. Paul Newman. Yeah, but there was, yeah, Paul Newman. Cool hand, Luke. That was it. Cool hand, Luke. Nice. Thank you, Clarks. Good one. I knew you would come up with that. Yogananda, this is you may not have realized this because I didn't till I read this. I didn't really remember this in Yogananda's teachings. This is what he says. Though I was born with the blessed perception of spirit. That's what an avatar is. Jesus was born with the perception of spirit. Krishna was born with the perception of spirit. Every great avatar was born with the perception of spirit. And so is Yogananda, born with the blessed perception of spirit. But he said, once in a while during my youth, my mind became very restless when I was engaged in the practice of yoga meditation. During some of these periodic attacks of a distraction in his meditation, I would visualize myself as playing football, soccer, a game I very much enjoyed and at which I was adept. At first, it seemed that my habit of mentally playing football while he was trying to meditate could not be erased. I really get that. I really get that. I've ridden many, 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 many amazing Hawaiian waves in my meditation over the years, right? Nevertheless, I tried. Nevertheless, perseverance is the whole magic of spiritual success. Perseverance, right? Still, he says, nevertheless, I tried persistently to make my meditations longer and more intense, endeavoring to make each day's realization. So all we're doing is trying to have a better day today with God in the truth of each one of these chakras, in this quantum field, so to speak, in this heavenly realm where we are creating a heaven in our mind of these quantum realities in the beyond the physical uh, dualistic dream drama of this manifested creation, right? And we go to that transcendental absolute place, right? In our mind, we go to these beautiful, happy places in each of our steps, in each of these chakras. We go there, and every time we deepen that groove that makes this a reality for us. So we really are making a heaven in our consciousness around all this. That's where we live. That's where we come back to, right? We're making a heaven out of this earth, and we ain't waiting for anyone else to do anything about it. We are getting busy and making a heaven in our own mind, in this in our own little situation, right where we are living. Isn't that beautiful? And you just keep bringing your consciousness back, bringing it back to our practice. This is the practicing of our steps. That is this verse number 9. So Yogananda says, first it seemed that my habit of mentally playing football could not be erased. I think we all have had that experience that whatever we try, the habit's still with us, whether the mental habit, emotional kind of a habit, or physical habit. Nevertheless, I tried persistently to make my meditations longer and more intense, endeavoring to make each day's realizations, each day, realization deeper than the spiritual perceptions of the previous day. Did you have some real highlights yesterday? Can you remember them? Well, now go for your best. Go for breaking your record of yesterday, today, all right, in your highlights. In this, those beautiful, the king and I, all alone in this universe, all alone with the one, all one with the one. In this way, I became accustomed to remaining continuously. This is how Yogananda learned how to become accustomed to remaining continuously. You want to make a stab at what continuously he got stuck on? Remaining continuously in soul joy. Soul joy. Being happy. What a concept, right? What a concept. Being happy. Crown chakra. Happiness. Prosperity. We're soul rebel. Rebel on fire for complete illumination, liberation, and happiness for all, prosperity and freedom, freedom, freedom. We're so rebels, rebels on fire for complete illumination, liberation, and happiness for all, prosperity, freedom, freedom, freedom for all, right? And Yogananda was able to remain continuously in soul joy just through that determination, his persistence in meditating longer and more intensely, endeavoring to make each day's realizations deeper than the spiritual perceptions of the previous day. We can do it in our own way, right? We can follow these precepts or these beautiful tips that he's giving us on how to achieve this complete union with the infinite, right? To totally get fit for the infinite you. In this way, I became accustomed to remaining continuously in soul joy. But here's the kicker. You ready for the kicker? The formation of this habit of soul joy led to the experience of ecstatic bliss in omnipresent spirit. Ecstatic bliss in omnipresent spirit. See, one day you're just going to have the thought, this thought, for example, of ecstatic bliss and omnipresent spirit, and your whole system's going to light up. All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, Who is in my temple? We don't know really right now, but that's okay. Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Boom, just like that. One day, if you keep persisting, if you are persevering, it becomes the magic of the soul joy, of making that a daily habit, soul joy, which then turns in and leads to the experience of ecstatic bliss and omnipresent spirit. Look where you're heading. Look where you are. You're not even heading there because it's not there. It's here inside you right now. Wow. Relax. First step, relax. And then what? Anyone remember? Next step, next part of that first practice, let go. Ready? Little dewdrop, little human dewdrop, so to speak, with soul potentiality, just ready to drop off the end of a lotus leaf, right? Into the sea of bliss, into the sea of joy, into the sea of love, right? Just, and then you become that ocean. It has become the little drop of your life, and you just sit there, just totally in your soul self, in soul consciousness. And every time you practice that, one little kind of almost like you've heard it 1,000 times, relax, let go, let God, could lead you to a new habit like soul joy, and then the ecstatic bliss and the omnipresent spirit, because you're in this sea of bliss as you drop and let go and relax and let God, who is the bliss, right? You get what we're all about today? That ended verse 9. And shall we go, my dears, to verse 10? Are you following? Are you following me? You follow? You follow? Now, now, none of you, and I don't think even Jim Clark could figure out from what movie that little two words came from. You follow? You follow? Okay, I'll give you a hint. The sting. The sting. Another Paul Newman movie. You follow? All right. Verse 10. Oh, Clark says, always so grateful to be here. And I'm so grateful you're here. You've got to calm down, Taylor Swift. Okay. I don't really listen to her stuff, and I know that it's good stuff and everything, but maybe I go the way of least traveled, and but that's great. You've got to calm down. Nice. We got to cool down too. Okay, verse 10, you ready? So, but now we're going to go to, well, we can't really do those repeated steps. What? For some reason, we have a block. All right. If again, thou art not able to practice continuous yoga, right? This is why this Bhagavad Gita section, these verses from what did it say in the beginning? From the 8th one to the 11th one, makes the Bhagavad Gita's precepts so sweet, sympathetic, and useful in healing the manifold sicknesses of suffering humanity. These ones, this verse 2, coming up, verse 10, because if again thou art not able, you're not, for whatever reason, to practice continuous yoga. In other words, you still aren't practicing the steps on a regular basis, right? No big deal. Be thou diligent in performing actions then. So you don't even think of your steps now. I mean, if you don't, because you're not anyway. Usually we're off into the wild blue yonder kind of thing, right? So be thou diligent, though. Here's our new possibility in performing actions in the thought of God. I do this for you, right? I do this for you. What movie? Robin Hood? Hmm? Who was the artist? I do it for you. Search your heart, search your soul. When you find me there, you'll search no more. Now don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. All right. Even by engaging in activities on my behalf. So now all you have to do is remember this thing you're doing. Anything and everything. Just, you know, and it's best. I think this works best when you're doing like the the cleaning of your house or the cleaning of the dishes, because your mind's free to be with God and to offer this little action with the thought of God, right? Ryan Adams, there we go. You're on it, Jimmy. Yep. Even by engaging in activities on my behalf, thou shalt attain supreme divine success. Wow, what a promise. So, even by engaging in activities, just remembering today in everything you do it for me, right? You do it for love. The little things done with great love, right? Mother Teresa says, not everyone can do great things, but everyone can do little things with great love. That's it, right there. For the love of it, for the love of God. You're going to hear Yogananda say that coming up here. We'll get to it before we end, all right? Where he says, do it for the love of God then. All right. So you do that, the little things with great love, and you shall attain supreme divine success. Yay for us. Yay for us. Perseverance is the whole magic of spiritual success. Keep on keeping on, Yogini. Banat, banat, bajai. One day, striving, 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 one day, the divine goal. Banat, banat, banjai. Striving, 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 one day, the divine goal. Banat, banat, banjai. Okay. If a devotee falters in yoga practice, don't worry, my dears, if you falter in anything. If it's just been a hell of a life, right? And a hell of a day. And this is almost seems impossible still in many ways, right? Right? Because we kind of stuck. We're stuck. We haven't become unglued yet from the human sticking to old, you know, the other grooves in our brain that have to be rewired or replaced with the new consciousness, with this kind of consciousness, right? So if you falter in yoga practice, being habitually restless and material active, habitually restless and material active, then with devotion and faith in God, then we still have devotion. We could be restless as all get out, right? And materially active as all get out. But we still can have devotion and faith in God. We should support. So then, with devotion and faith in God, we should support our meditations by increasing efforts to perform in God's name all physical, mental, and spiritual actions. In God's name. For you, my love, for you, my love. Only you, only you. I do this for you. I do this for you. His and her meditative activities and the outer work of physically, mentally, and spiritually helping others should be motivated. So here's what you can be motivated by: the sole desire to please God. The sole desire to please God, just to please the one, just to please the happiness itself, the love itself, the light itself, the glory, and you, who you really are and who everyone really is, right? Just for that sake, using your intuitive imagination and all of this stuff we're talking about. That is so, so key. Intuitive imagination. So our meditative activity should be motivated by the sole desire to please God. I do this for you. In time, we will feel the presence of God who is ever conscious. In time, we will feel the presence of God who is ever conscious of the struggling devotee's efforts. Right? Can I give you a little taster from Jesus Calling? If you learn to trust me, really trust me with your whole being, then nothing can separate you from my peace. Everything you endure can be put to good use by allowing it to train you in trusting me. This is how you foil the works of evil, growing in grace through the very adversity that was meant to harm you. Growing in grace through the very adversity that was meant to harm you. Joseph was a prime example of this divine reversal, declaring to his brothers, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." All right. So there you go. We need to trust more. We need to really trust that this, what we're talking about today, is everything. Everything. It's just perfect for us today. It's perfect for you and me today. And each of us is getting what we need to get or not getting what we don't need, right? So we are in this perfect, perfect, perfect moment of this loving presence right now. How is that? Perfect. Because we're here and now. Perfection is only in the eternal now loving presence. All right? So, in time, we will feel the presence of God who is ever conscious of the struggling devotee's efforts. Okay? In time, we will feel. We will feel his presence with us as we struggle. How's that? We will feel his presence as we struggle. Isn't that something? The Bible tells us faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. By performance of right actions with faith in the Lord, a devotee will ultimately find through perceptible response from him, perceptible response from the Holy One, from the Lord, the devotee will ultimately find through perceptible response from him proof of his unseen presence. God, it's just the effort, isn't it? It's just the intention that we have to put then our attention on the intention. You get that? It's our motive. It's our wanting to please God. It's doing it for love kind of motive. I do this for you. Inner job for sure. It's an inside game. It's an inside, best kept secret in the universe that you and the divine beloved can have a candlestick divine romance on a regular basis. Yes, it means that, right? Because we're going to find perceptible response from that beloved, proof of his unseen presence, even if the seeker is discouraged. So add discouragement to our mortal plight, all right? Our mortal conundrum. Add discouragement to our struggling efforts, right? Add that. Even if the seeker is discouraged by lack of tangible results. With blind conviction, he should keep on with his meditations with blind conviction. With blind conviction. You're blind. You don't have any experiences. You've never had any experiences. It seems like a never, 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 never. I'm never going to get there, right? He should keep on. She should keep on with her meditations and service actions out of, and here's what we do now. We should keep on with our meditation. We keep on. Perseverance, the whole magic of spiritual success. With our meditations and serviceful actions. And this is the motive, out of awe and love for God. Out of awe, you're breathing right now. You can have some awe on that. You have some awareness right now. Have some awe around that. You're feeling a little better maybe than when you came on this morning. Let's have some awe and love for God on that and make that a steady practice now. All right. We have all these options. We have all these go to kind of things if something doesn't work for us, right? We can still proceed in a way that is perfectly your unique way of proceeding and being close to God when it seems like it's almost impossible to be close to God, right? And still going on even though there's no results in anything, right? And you still doubt yourself, whatever, right? One who slackens or discontinues her or his efforts will find that her mind returns quickly. So even if, we slacken and discontinue our efforts, we will find that our mind returns quickly to the sphere of matter, its habitual resting place, default, the old, the old default. One who slackens or discontinues their efforts. This is why perseverance, all magic of spiritual success, because that doesn't happen. That slacking or discontinuing our efforts. This is kind of a big warning. This is a big red light or orange light. We'll find that our mind returns quickly to what? To matter. And we're just going to get madder if we still make matter, right? It's habitual. So the mind's habitual resting place is where it goes to. But the devotee who perseveres with unabated zeal, who perseveres with unabated zeal, desiring to please God, will ultimately find him. All right? That's almost a stopping place, isn't it? But the devotee who preserves with unabated zeal, enthusiasm, right? No matter what, man, hell or high water kind of thing, desiring to please God will ultimately find him. Oh my God, we could be crawling. And that's why Rumi said, if you can't run into the light, crawl if you have to toward the light. Whatever, right? Whatever. And we can do it with a big smile, right? I don't think I've stopped smiling this whole morning. Thank you for the wisdom. You're so welcome, Mickey. Like I hope it's stuck on you. I do, and the Clarks, I hope this stuck on you today. Thank you for your giving me the names for those songs and those people and those movies. Present moment, perfect moment. Never give up. Love that. That must be a Al-Anon quote or something, or AA, present moment, perfect moment, or it's from your soul, please. Good one. Never give up. I love that. I love that truly. But the devotee who perseveres with unabated zeal, desiring to please God, will ultimately find him. So I think I'm just going to put a little note here. Today's what, the 7th? Yeah. So we go 14. 514, putting a note here that we're going to start right here when it says the cure for restlessness is continuous effort to be peaceful regardless of success or failure. So we'll carry on with this verse number 10 next week. How is that? Because he's going to talk about the cure for restlessness is continuous effort to be peaceful regardless of what's going on. Okay. The clouds part and the sun shines every time we are online with the divine. I love that, Narayanji. Thank you so much. You all are very, very, very appreciated. You know that? And whatever appreciates. So that just keeps growing and growing and growing and leaps and bounds. Yeah. Don't you all feel it? Thank you so much for coming on a regular basis. I know it's early for some of you. And so that's even more brownie points that you get, The Lord sees every little detail, every little effort, every little nuance of everything, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with me. Oh my God. Thank you, Yogananda, for giving us this opportunity to be with you in every way. And thank you for, who's in my temple? All the doors. Who's inside me today? guess what? It's God, 100%. And all those doors, all my chakras are going to open, and all the doors will open themselves, actually. All the lights will light themselves. So all the steps is going to be activated today, and you're going to feel alive. All you have to do is think light. Ooh, ooh, Shakti, Shakti, cosmic energy. Ah, peace, 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 peace. Oh, and this ecstasy, this wave after wave of divine love. Oh, hearts in ecstasy, ecstasy across the sea, right? And I can just go down the line as we look at each step, just lighting up brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. So you realize, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I have these steps to help me remember who I truly am and who you truly are. That's enough. And you're enough. It's enough. All right. Namaste, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I know you will. So will I. And so it is.